Hi, everybody. My name is Giovanni Vidal, and you can find me on Twitter at JV88_football. Again, on Twitter and on YouTube channel. I'll be covering a couple of picks, like my bets, the bets I'm personally making for throughout the EPL season. I also cover some other football or soccer leagues, such as La Liga, the Belgian Jupiler League, the Turkish League, the UEFA Champions League, and the Europa League. So again, if you follow this channel and if you like, subscribe, it would help get this things rolling with this, and I'll be able to give out free picks, 100% free to you, and we'll give out some picks, and we'll see if we can roll it over to a couple other videos like fantasy sports videos, like picks for the sites like DraftKings and FanDuel when they do mainly they do EPL contests. So we'll do some videos on like core plays there, GPP plays, cash game plays. But for right now, we'll get it started with the EPL season. Technically, it's not part of the EPL season, but we'll start with the closest game of significance that's up and coming in England, which is the Community Shield game on August 6th, 2023, between Manchester City and Arsenal. And to open up, well, Manchester City's actually been steamed a lot, but Manchester City sits now as a minus 143 on the money line, with Arsenal getting plus 350 on the comeback, with 300 to the straight up draw on the match. Now, the previous matches between Manchester City and Arsenal, it's really been all Manchester City. They've won, I believe, 6 out of the last 7 or 8 matches, dating back all the way to 2021 or to 2020. And in the past 2 games, it has really not even been close. It's been Manchester City winning both games, I believe, 3-1 and 4-1, so 2+ goals in each match. And both sides did have their full allotment of stars. So, breaking down this match from a model simulation point of view, I have Manchester City winning the match at 52.57% of the time. So the other amounts are drawn to a straight up draw, and then the Arsenal side. But 52.57 isn't really indicative of the minus 143 line. I think when it first opened, Manchester City was only sitting around like minus 130. That would have been the time to take them. At 143, I can't really get behind it with such a small lean on them. It pretty much a coin flip on whether they win or whether Arsenal just doesn't lose the match until after regulation. Now, some quick notes ahead of the match, since most of the data that I do with the simulations is based on the previous year. There has been some changes to the teams, and one thing that is big time concerning for me for Manchester City is I do not know the health of Kevin De Bruyne. If you look at some of the recent or most recent during the spring game interviews with Pep Guardiola, he says KDB is feeling a lot better, and he's very, very close to returning, and that he was technically available if needed during some of the spring matches, including the final one against Atletico Madrid. They didn't really need him, and I don't see why they would rush him back for the spring training games. The only thing that still is a concern to me, even if he plays, is he has yet to participate in full training camp, full workouts. So even if he starts the game or if he's coming off the bench, I don't think we can trust that he can run the entire 90 minutes of the match. And he led the team last year in created chances in crossing volume. He is the catalyst in the midfield for the offense to get going. And they did lose another more offensive threat from the midfield during the offseason, Ilkay Gundogan, who left to Barcelona. And I know they got in replacement in the midfield from Chelsea, Mateo Kovacic, but that's more of a defensive like solidifying mid along with Rodri, who they already have. I don't think that greatly improves or that fills the void that is left by Ilkay Gundogan from the attacking midfielder role. Sorry. A second thing with Arsenal, I do favor them a little bit more now that, for instance, on the wing, Leandro Trossard now has been already starting to get accustomed. He was acquired halfway through the season last year, and when he played, he contributed on goals. He was leading indirect sets on his side of the pitch, so he is very productive for them on the offense. I think the losses that Manchester Manchester City have with Gundogan and with Riyad Mahrez, even though they have an onslaught of talent and depth on the side, I think those two losses against Arsenal make them more of an even side than even last year. The biggest thing for me for Arsenal that I think gives them a great improvement is the acquisition of Declan Rice. Uh, Offense, defense, he can do it all. The English midfielder uh, knows how to attack, is very strong at winning tackles, is rarely ever out of position. So I think that helps alleviate some of the pain of the attack that the Arsenal back line will get. And I do trust the keeper Aaron Ramsdale for Arsenal. I think a lot of the goals were more of mistakes in the defense last year for him than, and he did bail him out with a lot of significant saves. So for those reasons, my pick is going to be Arsenal on the win draw, meaning they just do not lose the match within the 90 minutes. It could be a draw, and it could be Arsenal straight up winning. So Arsenal, sometimes it's called win draw on some sites. Some sites have it as uh, tie tie or win. I think that's how DK has it, if I'm not mistaken. So DK and BetMGM right now, no, sorry, DK and Bet365 right now at the time of this recording have it as a plus 110. So on the coin flip that they can keep stay in this game at least for the first 90 minutes of the game or for regulation time, and being a coin flip on the simulations, the acquisitions that Arsenal got, the losses that Manchester City have, which I think were big, uh, very disciplined players that they had instead of the young guys. The young guys are very talented, like Foden and whatnot, but I think Gundogan and Mahrez were big for the discipline of the team and keeping everything under control. I'm going with Arsenal again, win draw plus 110 for one unit. And as far as, so that's the official pick for me, and the only bet on that match that I actually made. As far as leans, I do lean the over 2.5. Again, 6 out of the last 8 matches between the two sides, which were all during between either FA Cup or EPL, so all games of significance. 6 of the last 8 had 3+ goals in it. However, the minus 150, I'm not willing to lay it. I wouldn't argue with anybody if they wanted to lay that for it, because I do think it will go over the 2.5 total. But it's just me personally, I'm not going to lay that on for the minus 150 price tag. So again, a reminder: if you guys can like, subscribe to this to the channel, it will help me keep doing the free content again as the EPL comes in, and then my La Liga plays for the Mexican League and the other leagues that I cover. I'll start doing videos for, and I'll try to get them out to you as quickly as possible, mainly so that we can get some closing line value on the plays. Thank you, guys.